Yeah, and part of it, only 27th in the league in rushing. And they thought they had a number one running back in Doug Martin, who did not have a big year again in 2017. And last in the league in overall defense. So when you put that combo together, it makes it hard to win the games you need to win, especially in a tough division like the NFC South.
Well, the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Ready.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And a big tackle there as the defender runs right through him. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Ready.
2nd down, Winston. And an alley to run. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The L.A. Chargers taking over on offense here in a second. They won 6 of their last 7 in 2017. You mentioned earlier, just missing the playoffs. And, who would have guessed that they would have had a rebound like that? Because they started 0-4.
They really channeled, the 1992 Chargers franchise that started 0-4 and ended up 12-4 and won their division. But they came close. What a valiant run. But they ran into our producer, Ben Ramsauer's Kansas City Chiefs, in Kansas City late in the season. That one loss out of those last 7, that's the one that kept them out of the playoffs.
We got 4.
Now Gordon on 1st down. Finding room to the 20. And a cutback. Run touchdown, L.A. Melvin Gordon, 34 yards. And the Chargers are an extra point away from moving out in front.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be resigned, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell, Dion Lewis. Some pass catchers. Jim.
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. He's at the 30, 10, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Peyton Barber, 81 yards. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
Rivers now to throw on first down. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. On 1st and 10, Rivers. Now they go screen. It's complete. He's to the 10, and he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 6. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Travis Benjamin from 6 yards away. And the Chargers are an extra point away from moving out in front. And his kick is right through. Novak out now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And they will be backed up deep as they'll have to start the drive from the 6-yard line. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back to the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. As you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game, not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Let's go now.
Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd and short.
I like the play action there on 2nd and short, partner. You try and convince those safeties you're going to run for it. Hit them with that play action. Looks like a run. Then try and go over the top. Didn't work, but I like the play call.
And he won't get to the marker as they're going to stop it for a 2nd straight play right at the line of scrimmage.
And there's a nice stop for the defense. They've had a tough time containing this guy all game long, but maybe they can build a little bit off of that play, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum. Yeah, every now and then you can actually tackle that guy.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl, but 3rd MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams, but he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
You go all the way back to Kurt Warner in, 1999, where he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
Yeah, he still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Partners, we well know long kickoff returns set up big-time momentum for the team with the ball. But how about the defense? They've gone on the field.
Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. And the Buccaneers have it.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. And some room to maneuver. And he's brought down after a good gain. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
Yeah, baby.
2 minutes remain here in the 1st half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout.
Ready? Hey.
Jameis now on 1st down. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Roger.
Now the Bucs going to use the... First of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Fresh set of downs here.
Strong right. Strong right. Strong right. Ready.
From the gun, Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. O.J. Howard, 45 yards. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Quarterback loves the receivers, but sometimes his best friend is that tight end.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, isn't it? Because we always talk about the guys out wide and how acrobatic they are. But that tight end, great sight lines, easier throws, they become a bigger and bigger weapon as the NFL evolves.
Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And this will not work out. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the Year, offense and defense.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. O.J. Howard with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. Folk out there now to kick this one off.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
86 to man, 86 to man. Watching. Single. 380. 12. Watch the twist.
First down, Rivers. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Throwing again, Rivers on 2nd and 10. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Block 15. 4 down. Check. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hey, alert 3.
On 3rd down, Rivers. Caught by Gates, left side. Sheds off the tackle. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Do you get the sense, Brandon, that people are trying to retire Antonio Gates? They keep thinking this is almost the end of the line, and then he keeps making catches like the one we just saw there.
He's the old reliable, you're right, just one of 9 players in the NFL with 100 or more touchdowns.
We got 4. 380. Leopard.
The first down throw here for Rivers. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit Ball pops out, incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. A second down throw for Rivers. He's going to look deep down the field, and he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. And it's complete. Henry. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Watch tight end. Hey, boys, we got 4 down.
On first down, Rivers. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So it's third and long for the Chargers and Rivers after the sack. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And he's got it. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Travis Benjamin with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Chargers have made this a one-score game. And they'll get set here looking for the two-point conversion.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 4 down. Set. Yeah, rocket.
They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. And he will bull his way in there for the 2 points. Novak out now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year. They totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey, which really hit the Houston area in a big way, and his original goal was $200,000. So congratulations to J.J. Watt and all the people who participated. And Greg,
under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be taken about the 12. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Gordon. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. 8 yards to go here on second down.
Double tight, double tight. Tight. 4 down. Check. 4 down.
Play fake, Rivers. And that is incomplete here. The tight end Gates, the intended target, and it's third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Chargers on third down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 8.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
On play action, Rivers. He's going to let this one go deep. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Now the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Rivers is going to stay out there. They're going to try for this thing on 4th down.
Ready.
They're indeed going for it. It's Rivers. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. So, boy, that's already the 3rd they burned here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the 4th quarter.
Ready. We got 4. Blue 80. We got 4.
First down, Winston. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Howard. And he's brought down. 16 yards to the 16 and a first down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10.
Strong left. Let's go now. Blue 80. Hey. 4 down.
Winston. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett, and he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down in the hands of the wrong team.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
4 down.
Rivers. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you could hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
What we're seeing from the defense here is a group of guys bearing down, trying to help out their quarterback after he threw an interception. Good stops on the first 2 downs. It brings up a key 3rd down. So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. Now Jameis on 2nd down. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard from 3 yards out. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Jameis to throw it. And this is incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play. And here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs.
And it'll be intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And the return won't go anywhere. They'll be back deep in their own territory at the 2-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Following the interception, Winston. And his throw here's incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
He was trying to find O.J. Howard, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass. And Jameis is going to go down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
And the Chargers coming out on the field now. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
Double tight, double tight. Even. Down, even. Block 11.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Leader.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
On third down, Rivers. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They convert on third with a gain of 22.
Let's go.
They go play action here on first down. And this one is incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Going for the deep ball, and his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Chris Conti, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Tight end left. Ready.
They run the counter now on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Third and long for Winston. And, Jameis intercepted a third time. Picked off by Jaleel Adai. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. This defense figured out something in the locker room. That's 2 third-quarter picks now.
And you just wonder, did he get too comfortable in the locker room himself? His team has the lead. Take care of the football. He's putting them in jeopardy right now.
Following the interception here, Rivers. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the safety, T.J. Ward. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault.
Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards.
Watch right. Ready. Watch 25. Hey, Mike's 50. 3 buzz.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Trey Boston. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Watch tight end. Q. We got 4. Watch 17.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
And while there is no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
To throw on 3rd down, Rivers. Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
58 Mike. 15. Alpha. Check the out. Is that white 90? 390. Keep it skinny. Check.
Desperation time. Rivers on fourth down. And that is incomplete. The fourth down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back.
Hey, we got tight left. Ready. Four down. Mike 50.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 47 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving Day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like. Like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
Three down. Ready.
From the red zone now, Winston. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Ready.
Off the play fake, Winston. And his throw is incomplete. The intended receiver that time, Adam Humphries. And it's third and short.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's first and goal.
Hey, we got Mike 50, huh? Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
Let's go now.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Peyton Barber taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. So they're going to go for 2. From the gun, Winston. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Folk out there now to kick this one off. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. On 1st and 10, Rivers sets up the screen to Gordon. And he's got room. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
Tight end to the right, boys. Tight end to the right. Move.
Rivers now from the 50. Forced out to his left. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
And he's got it up and through. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Charger offense making their way back out there. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Chris Conti, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he...
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Peyton Barber, 34 yards. And the interception by the Bucs D leads to a touchdown. And the lead is now an even 30.
That's 6, baby.
Folk out there now to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one.
And that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Rivers looking a little nimble there as he picks up a first down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Rivers now to throw on first down. Allen's got it over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. First down, Rivers. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Brent Grimes. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it.
8 interceptions. 8. That's crazy. You kicked his ass, man. That's like a record.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Newton's Panthers going up against Dak Prescott's Cowboys.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Throwing, Prescott. And he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A huge play there right off the bat. 47 yards. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Man left, man left. Here we go.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Going right side, he has Witten. Touchdown, Cowboys! Jason Witten, 32 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead.
Could not have scripted it any better, and many offenses do script their opening possession on offense. They followed that one perfectly. Took the ball right downfield and scored, giving energy not just to the offensive unit, but to their team overall.
And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Bailey now to kick this one away. So that one will be accepted.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Eight. Four down. Wake up. Tighten up. Tighten up. Tighten up. Come on now. 20. Check 43.
On first and 10, Newton. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, and now it's second down.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
A dump off here to Stewart, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be third down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Set. Alert. Black 80.
They will go for it. Now Newton. Open man is Stewart. It's complete. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Switch.
On first down, it's Newton. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down. Set. 20. Shift. Quick the edge.
Second and 10, Newton again. And that is incomplete.
Used to have a coach used to tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
Throwing on third down, Newton. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third.
We've been together a little while now, partner. How often do we actually describe tight ends as nifty? Because that's what I think of when I see Greg Olsen on the field. His ability to run routes, create space and separation, and make those catches downfield.
And sure consistent. The numbers the last couple years almost identical and both over 1,000-yard seasons.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest, you can draft the most athletic guys, but if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Newton. And this is going to be incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're going ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, you better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd down. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. So the Cowboys offense coming back out there. And
Oh, he quit. That's 3 in a row, dude.
so the Cowboys offense coming back out there.
Not fair. On the phone or? Get your account flagged. Swear. Why is it taking so long? I have no idea. Enter.